We're on. We're live.
Anything. Hello, my name is Brendan LaSalle.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Robertson, also known as Grape Ape.
Yep, y'all can just call me your weird Uncle Brendan, and we are here for the first Road Crew Rally of 2025, and we couldn't be more excited to be here, to be sharing with you guys, and to sit here and rally the troops. This is like the best part of my job is when we get up here and be like, go Road Crew, woo! Because Road
Yeah.
Crew is the funnest and super great.
I'm,
How about
I'm,
you,
I'm
Matt?
on location in Seattle, Brendan. So, I mean, I'm like in a hotel room right now on location in Seattle, checking on the Road Crew program up here, up north.
Which is fantastic. Someone's got to go up there and wake them up there in the Northwest. As a former person in Seattle who had to keep just mainlining espresso to keep myself awake during rainy season. Much love, Seattle. Hope you're all doing good. See you at the Pikes Market. Anyway, so yeah, this is tonight is our first Road Crew rally of the year. We couldn't be more excited to have everybody, and we're gonna go over a whole bunch of cool stuff. So the Road Crew program is in full effect as of now. Well, we did have an issue early on in the year with the calendar system. We weren't getting it was notifications, so we weren't getting notifications from it, and all of a sudden it was like, hey, where's all our Road Crew people? And then we fixed it, and then suddenly there was like, oh, here's 6,000 people who need to have their games put onto the calendar. So if that is the case, if you put up, oh, look at this, Gong Farmers Local 951 in the house, 451 is in the house. Oh my God, I love that, dude. I love it. You know what? I've decided we're doing a Gong Farmer rally this year at some point. I don't know when we're doing a Gong Farmer rally, man.
That's
I'm gonna,
exciting. We need to get some Gong Farmer locals, have them on location. Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
headed
Like
over to Seattle now for Gong
just
Farmers, blah blah
punch
blah.
them in and have them just rev it up. You know what I mean? I'm absolutely with that. Yeah.
What
Misfits
about what
League in
about
the
on
house,
what about
507
on DCC Day?
612 Local 23. I could do that like the night of DCC Day. That'd be a great idea for it. And we gotta all must go through the Dark Master. But I'm doing a DCC Day. I'm doing my traditional morning or early afternoon game at the Crazy Book Lady. But I could definitely do that afterwards. That'd be fun as hell. Let's
Yeah.
let's
I
let's
mean,
let's
on location,
yeah.
as you're finishing up the game, everybody turn on their cameras at a certain point.
Mm-hmm. We'll just
Uh,
like put everybody up here.
So you were talking about the calendar. We got that snafu fixed. If at any point you want to check how many games you have on the list, we've got a new email for you. Send your emails to roadcrew@goodmangames.com. Say, hey, how many games do you have me logged on for? We'll tell you how many you got, and if we're missing any, just let us know, and we'll get those added on there.
Yeah, we're not going to put the actual games on the calendar, but we will get you credit for them. I got to real quick. I got to keep saying hey to people. Oh my God, 23 is in the house. 254, Milwaukee. Emmanuel Eggers, thank you.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, the beautiful land. Gong farming is legal in Arizona now. I love hearing that. 51 from Brazil. You're in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, it's so good to see you guys, man. Oh, and so super excited to have everybody here. 612 in Minnesota. So cool to see everybody here and showing up. So we went over. Yes, go back.
Well, the other thing is that the Road Crew memberships are live. So
Yes,
you can now get your Road Crew swag for having run Road Crew games. So if you go to your account and you see your membership's not on, again, send an email in real quick to roadcrew@goodmangames.com. Say, hey, I ran 2 games on this date. Here's the titles. Can you activate my Road Crew membership? We'll get you all squared away.
exactly. Yeah, and sorry about that. Whenever you try to do a big web improvement, it was literally the case. It's like, we'll fix this thing over here that's been bugging us forever, and it just reverberated across the whole site. And I'm like, so we're really sorry about that. But we've got so much love for you. Thank you all so much. How do I know how well you've done? Because there were so many games that I was like, can I get someone extra to load these games? And it was like, we don't have time. There's too much going on, too many, and more coming in at every moment. So this is where we're at. You get credit for those games. We're not putting them up there because they're not going to help anybody else on the thing anyway. But there you go. 612. Julian Burnick is here. Come on now, give the Packers a break.
Julian Burnick, the
Julian
Sesquipedalian.
Burnick. I know, right? Fellow X-Crawl author, one of my all-time favorite gamers to have in a game, and just what's up? He Julian Burnick one time told me that in the middle of a game I started turning up the Brendan, and I was like, oh. and now I see that as a big dial I can like work in my brain. So, so welcome, so welcome, so welcome. All right, so program is on. You can upload your games right now, and then you can start earning swag. Let's take a look at that swag. Elena, can I get you to put that graphic up on the old picture set here?
There's some
Atta
good
girl.
ones. There's some exciting ones this year.
By the way, show some love for Elena in the chat. Elena's here working it as always. It's like Scooby Doo, couldn't have a show without you.
Absolutely.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let's go, Lions.
I think I'm
People
most
talking.
excited about the keychain. I think the keychain is the one I'm most excited about
That's
personally.
what one. You know what? I honestly, I want a tumbler. I want to be able to rock that. You know what I mean? I have tumblers from a lot of events, like kind of like up, up and around my office, and I'm real proud of them. Good, Jed. Some people green, nice. Yes, so it's so beautiful. Yes, you get the road crew welcome kit, the bookmarks, the notebooks, and the pens, the stickers, the XCC post-its, the keychain, which of course is Matt's favorite, and he can't wait to get to. The tumbler, which I am, that's the one that I'm like really excited about. Dice bags, super cool. Graph paper. I have got pads of the Goodman Game graph paper going back to the earliest of days. Y'all would not believe how many published adventures I did the maps of on Goodman Games graph paper. You know what I'm saying?
Of
So
what? Are you a cartographer, or your maps need interpretation when you submit them?
I say without any shame, pride, or rancor that Doug Kovacs has rated me Goodman Games' worst map illustrator.
I think
The
I've heard
worst.
something about that.
Yes, I do too. Every time it comes up between Doug and I. Yeah, we're actually got some X-Crawl swag this time. I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? The posties, so that's really cool. Yeah, my maps need a lot of interpretation. I really work on them, and I'm just an abstract thinker, and I also, I'm spoiled. I have turned in just a plate of steaming garbage and been like, here, cartographer, here, make this a thing. And they do. And it's amazing. And it's like, well, obviously, you know what I mean? They know what they're doing, So,
Should we talk about the Road Crew swag for how you get it for anybody that's new that's out there?
why don't we do it? Matt, I'm handing it over to you.
All right. So you go on the Goodman Games website, and in one of the headings, there is Road Crew. You click on that, it'll take you to the event page calendar where you can see all the games. And you might not have known this, but you can search for games by what's listed in the game. So you can search for X-Crawl, you can search for DCC, you can search for international games, and it'll sort those out for you and should come up that's one of the new updates, one of the new fancy updates we got.
Fancy.
But you submit your game on the very bottom underneath the event calendar. There's going to be a big, huge red button that says submit event. You put the title, the name, who you are, where the location is, and what time, and then you just send it. It gets added to the calendar, and we log you for one game. The copper tier is Road Crew Swag level 1, 2, and 3. The silver is 4, 5, and 6. And then finally, the Road Crew Gold tier is 7, 8, and 9. So as you complete those games, you'll get your activation turned on, and you can order that swag. And you don't have to wait until after the game. If you've got a game
Yes.
coming up at GameStorm in a month or two, and you want to get your swag now to hand out to your players, get those games submitted, and we'll get the swag sent out to you.
Absolutely. Put your events in advance. I recommend getting your scheduled events on the calendar absolutely as early as possible to give people an idea that you're doing it. Let them plan up for it. You know what I'm saying? So that that's a key thing. Thank you, Matt. That was perfectly rendered. So
You may not know this, but anytime Julian submits a game, I put like a little blurb at the end that says like "Go Pack Go."
Damn. That's awesome. Jason Young Dog going double pop. Jim Myers, my buddy Jim's in the house. This is so good to see everybody. I love it. This is a great rally. Everybody showing up. I want to, y'all, cosmic hugs to everybody who's out there in the audience.
Tim
Man,
Snyder's
my love.
there.
Tim Snyder's here. Brian Spellman, who I've known forever. You know what I mean? All these people.
He's up here in Washington. I'm about to see him on Sunday.
What's up? Tell him I said hey. You know, like Tim Snyder is Tim Snyder. I know, like it's so good to see everybody showing up, and it's so good to see all y'all new folks also showing up and being a part of this and representing in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of the road crew, and thank you for representing Goodman Games for our 5e products, for our DCC products. All y'all X-Crawl people, you know, y'all got my deep down love, every dang one of you. Couldn't be more excited to have y'all as a part of the have a part of the this. Is virtual swag to give players for online events still a thing? Are we doing? We should. You know what? Let's. We'll see about getting some high res scans for some cool art. Um. You want to? Yeah. Remind me. Remind me. We'll.
Was virtual swag ever a thing?
We've done high res scans of stuff of art before for people to. It's not really swag, but it's like it's online. You know, bits and bobs that we're doing. So. Brian says his two Road Crew Con games are sold out. I love hearing that. That's fantastic.
That's a good
All
point.
right. Hey, speaking of events, let's talk about what's coming up here, which is Gen Con. So, guys, we've got Gen Con is, I know it seems like it's far off, right? Yeah, we're getting events in right now. And we are looking for judges to come and help us run events at Goodman Games. We are looking for judges to run 5th edition organized play. I need a whole lot of those. I need people to run DCC organized play, and I've got a few slots left for the funnel experience. People I'm looking for the funnel. So if you're interested, please email us, and you can email me directly, Brendan at goodman-games.com. I'm putting it over here.
Are there any secret tips, or can we give any secrets out that are coming up at Gen Con to get everybody pumped up and run some games? Like, do we know what the funnel experience is going to be?
Yes, we do. Okay, because done by yours truly. Yes. So this year's funnel experience, everything is tying into our major RPG event for this year, which is of course Castle White Rock. So we have reincarnated the mighty mega dungeon Castle White Rock by Chris Doyle and Adrian Pommier, with some work by other authors, including my homie Harley Stroh. Much love. Now we're doing an updated version. Obviously, of course, when we're digging in deep, we're going to show, like, Castle White Rock is the showcase for the year. It's a really interesting adventure set with a lot of layers and a lot of stuff going on, and things that we're still adding. So this year's theme is all going to be Castle White Rock. So our funnel experience is The Road to Castle White Rock by yours truly, nothing but love. And then the first level adventure is it's the Shadow Path to Castle White Rock. That is level 1 of it, and it is super exciting. So who's going to Gen Con? I'm going to Gen Con. Yes. So we need people to run events. So if you are interested in running organized play, we really need 5e judges this year. So if you can, the 5e, the demand for 5e games is huge. We're blowing up this year. 5e, Goodman Games 5e is having an absolute moment. Goodman Games, the whole point to Goodman Games organized play is that we wanted to create an absolute best of breed program to really get everybody in. We want this to be your favorite place, your favorite, system to hang out at. We want Goodman Games organized play to be the way we want you to fall in love with the whole thing of it. So we're really getting big this year. Brian says his 20th year. Look, that's awesome.
I see some 5e, people love the DCC, but the 5e is getting like a DCC makeover.
Yeah.
Like with an advantage, Chris Doyle has come up with a super cool system to kind of DCCify the 5e.
Advantage.
Going to be, it's 5th edition fantasy, is it?
Yeah.
They're kind of almost like two separate things, because they got your craziness in there. They've got the dice chain coming. We're just kind of intermingling them to get all those people over at our side.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to start them off small with a few cool adventures. We're going to rock it out and like get bigger and bigger. And the next thing you know, they're going to be Goodman Games weirdos just like you and me. So So
what do they get for running games?
I'm so glad you asked. Yes, absolutely. So if you will run, you got to run up. at least 4 games, 2 of which are official events. So that's 12 to 16 hours minimum. Because some of the events, the funnel is only 3 hours, and the tournament this year is only 3 hours. We're getting a whole new paradigm for the X Crawl Classics tournament. Whole new paradigm this year. It's gonna be amazing.
Do we know what the prize is yet, or can we reveal it? Or?
No.
All right.
But it's gonna be. But I guarantee you, after watching this while he's doing other work, Joseph's going to say, "Hey, get on that." So, hey, suggestions. What do y'all guys want? Brendan will buy donuts for all GMs too. Yes, absolutely.
Cats, right?
Last year was Dying. Well, no, Dying Earth Hats was 2 years ago. Last year was the X Crawl trophies, which I was very happy with, and was super cool.
The year before that, it was championship belts.
Yeah, the year before that, it was Indian rubs given out by Stephen Pogue. All right, I can't back that up. He just gave it to me. Like that was my prize for getting on his nerves, I think. So, no, I can't give out spoilers. I can't give out a sneak peek of this. But I will say it will be awesome and mighty. But I'll tell you what, it will come with the greatest. The tournament this year will come with the greatest prize of all, which is bragging rights. Put that up on your website. Post your picture up there. You'll have that forever. You'll always be able, and your name will go on the archway. Your team name will go on the archway and will be there for absolutely ever until the roof falls down on all of us. You know what I'm saying? So go out there and Stefan, what's up, Stefan? Stefan says X-Girl branded Flavor Flav clock necklaces. I mean. You know what I mean?
That'd be a cool. That'd be a cool thing.
Yeah, he's cold lamping. He's 60 years old probably, and still cold lamping out there. So he's got my respect. All right, so if you do run minimum 12 to 16 hours, that's 4 games, 2 of which are organized play or funnel experience. You get a free GM badge. That's huge, and $200 housing reimbursement. So you know what I mean? That's amazing. You know what I mean? And we want to
The GM badge is your ticket to Gen Con. So you basically get a free ticket to Gen Con, $200 to your housing. If you've never been there, you get to see the gong in the Lucas Oil Stadium. Hear the dong every time one of the funnel members die. It's an experience.
The experience of the whole looking around Lucas Oil Stadium and seeing like the whole tribe down there rolling dice. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just. I get honestly, it's so wonderful to actually go and just sort of be amongst everyone. I get it. You know what I mean? Conventions can be a big bag nightmare mess, but those beautiful, sublime moments where you look around and you see every gamer in you know what I mean? Like so many gamers out there rolling it, doing their thing, rocking it out. It just gets me every time, man. I
think I found some AstroTurf with Peyton Manning's blood on it. That I've encased in glass. It's in the house.
It's free. You can look, just looking at that, you'd think that should cost money, right? Just Peyton Manning's blood, you can go over and take a look there. I'm saying he took 3 points of damage in that hit. You know what I'm saying? 3 solid, crap. I don't really know how much damage Peyton Manning did, but I'll tell you what, he's a tough boy. I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? So. Someone says, Brendan, are you participating in the Creators Summit? They haven't told me yet, but I would love to. So I will know. I'll be getting my marching orders any day now here. So Jack, you know what? When I do know for sure one way or the other, I'll do a post on my socials. I don't know. I don't actually know yet.
Should we jump to the Creator Summit? I mean, while we're touching on it, should we just skip a little bit, or should we save that for later?
Say that. Okay. Absolutely. Oh no, that all right. It's okay. All right. Messed up there. I will be but I was thinking about the creative group getting together at Gen Con. I was still in that. I am absolutely taking part in the Creator Summit this year. I will absolutely be there. I'm on a panel with some very esteemed judges, wiser people than I. They're bringing me along as their comic relief. I'm gonna be their Flavor Flav. Every time Mike Curtis says something genius, I'm gonna go, yeah. Like that's
what panel are you guys doing?
It's about adventure design. You know what I mean? It's like so it's it's gonna be really, really cool. So
it's live and in person, how to write adventures that don't suck.
Yeah, we're here, so let's just go ahead and jump up to it. Yes, we are absolutely going to be there. Part of the Adventure Design Summit is March 14th, and if you wanna make the leap from being in the road crew to being a creator, I recommend you attend. Come hang out. There's lots of great ways to connect with all the your fellow people on there, and you're gonna get like literal advice from some of the absolute best game designers that are working today, and me. So that's cool too. And
I love
I'll have a funny idea for you or something like that.
And I mean, if it's the same as last year, the videos were available for like a full year after the event,
Hmm.
so you could
Hmm.
go back and rewatch them. There was so much content there. There's so
Yeah,
much great content to boost people up to the next level.
yeah, that's absolutely extraordinary. So I hope you'll all join us this March 14th. Check the Goodman Games website for details, and yeah, come and be a part of it. This is like a, the last thing in my the goals as a RPG creator are to help the next generation of RPG creators come up and be better than myself and everybody else is working. You know what I'm saying? So this is a really important event to me, and not the thing that's happening at Gen Con that I was thinking of. And there you go. Which I don't know if I'm doing that or not. So all right. So oh yeah. Hey, Elena just put the link into the chat. So thank you very much. Okay. I said we got to back it up a little bit, okay? Matt,
Yes, sir.
homie, I'm ready to make an announcement.
A big announcement.
I mean, I feel like it's a big announcement.
All right.
I feel
What's the
like it
announcement?
is a big announcement.
Is this announcement going to
Ladies,
come with a prize?
oh, it is going to come with a prize.
Those are
It's
the best kind of
absolutely,
announcements.
you know what I'm saying? It really, really is. Ladies and gentlemen and goblins and wargs, it's my absolute pleasure to tell you that this year, to announce the 2025 Road Crew, uh, I flew out of my head now, Road Crew Encounter Contest. We did the encounter contest last year, and it was absolutely amazing. And the entries were fantastic. And like literally, even before the judging was done, we're like, we're doing this again next year because we really, it's a great way to see what all you guys are up to. All of you crazies, we want to see all. We want your flavor. We want to see what you guys have, and possibly find that next generation of designers. So I recommend everyone please, if you're in the road crew, and if you're a writer, if you feel like doing some creative stuff, we would love to have your entry. So this year's adventure theme, are you ready for this, Matt?
I'm
Elena, we
ready.
don't have any kind of simulated drum sound or anything like that, do we? Thank you.
I'll
All
do
right.
a very good drum sound, but
No, I was in it. I was in it. The theme for this year is once every 1,000 years.
so like an
Yeah.
event that only takes place like you've been waiting, like this lore has been passed down for generations and
Mhm.
generations, and finally the 11th generation of the family, they know, hey, this month, next week, it's gonna happen. This thing's gonna happen.
You know, that's an interpretation. I want to see. I want to see. Oh, I am open to a lot of interpretations of what that theme means. So just whatever it means to you, whatever it inspires you, that's what we want to see. Once every 1,000 years, is it? So the
Let's
deadline is May 31st. Matt, I haven't talked about you yet, but is it okay if we have you say I didn't get a judge last year because I forgot to have the entry sent to me, so I couldn't be a judge and I had to find an extra judge. Matt, can I get them to send the things to you and then
Yes, sir. Yes,
is
sir.
that cool? All right.
Yeah,
So
you can give out my high profile email.
oh yeah, absolutely. I'm putting in the Great Babe email is going into the comments here. Woo boof.
Like, so another idea would like be a vampire, some kind of undead creature. Once every 1,000 years, it surfaces to eat, or
Yeah. I mean, there's a million ways you can interpret that, and I want to see all of them. I want to see all your cool ideas. So we will be picking. The adventure could be Fifth Edition, DCC, MCC, XCC, or any other games or set that we currently support. It has to be 1,000 words or fewer. We had a few people last year who sent us the phone book. We love you; those are great, but it's not fair to everybody else, and it's really not fair on the poor judges to have to read these 10,000 word editions. So please keep it to 1,000 words or fewer. It should have a title, and that title should not be once every 1,000 years. Last year's theme, a lot of people thought that had to be the title, but that does not have to be the title. So come up with your own.
It can only be the title for one guy, like one person, right? And then after that, only that one person can submit that title.
Yeah, don't reduce this to going, the one with the pirates or whatever it was, like, as we were discussing stuff last year, which was fun, but it slowed things down. So the deadline for entries is May 31st, midnight East Coast time, midnight Atlanta time, as I like to think of it. So we're going to there'll be a post up in the Goodman socials in the next day or two. That will include a link to our Ryland's writing and style guide. So yeah, watch for it and sign up and be a part of it. And it's going to be oh so fun. Oh so fun.
I was trying to get rid of your hiccups for you. Did it work?
Well, let's see. Hold up. Oh my God! Totally.
Yeah. See, anybody else out there who had the hiccups, you're welcome.
Oh.
Right. So once every 1,000 years, you can send the submissions into me, Matt Robertson at GoodmanGames.com. 1,000 words. It can be in any setting. What's the prize? You said there was a prize. Do we know what it is?
Oh my God, there is a prize. The top prize for the top two entries, the DCC side entry and the 5E side entry, is going to be a piece of original artwork from our own Bradley K. McDevitt. Now, I own an original piece from Brad, and it's one of my absolute prized possessions. I own just a very few pieces of artwork. And I absolutely cherish that one. Brad is one of my favorite fantasy artists. Brad has grokked X-Crawl since the beginning. We sure have part of our brain is linked up. The first illustration Brad sent me for X-Crawl, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Literally the first one he sent me, he totally got it at first. So yes, so you will get someone said one word for each year. Yes, now you're thinking.
That would be hilarious.
I know, right? So get your engines running. Start revving up your imaginations, and please be a part of this and watch for the full. That's basically the full details, but the full details will have a web post up here in a couple of days, and that'll have links to the style guides. Please use the style guides. And that'll make it easier on everybody, and your stuff will look cool. And it's just good to know our style. And like I said, this is a great way to get your creative work in front of people here at Goodman Games. If that's got value to you, jump on it. Do not sleep on this one.
I mean, so I've heard, the Dungeon Denizen submissions for the first Dungeon Denizens, some of those creators are coming back. They submitted, 2 or 3 monsters last year, and I don't know how many they got this year, but maybe they have a block of 10. So, it rolls.
I'll tell you the biggest name that came up through Goodman Games through a contest, through exactly this kind of thing, Marzio Muscadera is exactly right. Marzio, I ever tell you the story? I met Marzio at a store event is somewhere in Michigan. I think it was in, I don't remember where it was in, but it's maybe Dexter. Is that right? Is that a place? Anyway, it was a store. It was a store event there. Marzio came and played with me, and afterwards he's like, "Hey, I got a third-party adventure I wrote. I want you to read it." I'm like, "Great." They can, I'll take a look. And I just kind of flipped through it. I got so sucked in. I read the whole thing on the plane ride home, and I'm like, "You got it. This is amazing." And then a year, maybe 2 later, he did the Rodneys. We used to do the Rodney Awards at convention, GameHoleCon, and he won that, and now he's you know what I mean? Now he's Marzio. Now he's Marzio Muscadera. You know what I'm saying? So you could be that guy. So someone said probably the store in Grand Rapids. That could be. It was a really big store. So it wasn't Kalamazoo. I've never been to Kalamazoo. I've always wanted to go there because of that old corny song. It's a C D E H G H. I got a gal in
I
Kalamazoo.
don't know that I know that one.
It is a corny old jazz standard from the old swing era. It's like the best song of the worst kind of jazz, in my opinion. So,
I,
uh,
I I've not heard that one. So
yeah, you're
I've heard a
fine.
lot of songs.
You're
So
fine.
got me on
It's,
that one. Well, one other creative thing that I'd like to plug that isn't on the agenda is the Gong Farmers Almanac.
oh
And
yeah,
so the encounter contest and the Gong Farmers Almanac kind of go hand in hand. Get your cut your teeth, getting some creations in there. The submissions for the Gong Farmers Almanac are open. The link is in the chat for the website. And this is a free community resource. Everybody submits everything. There's no payment for it, but the resource is available for everyone. So you can go to that website right now and download all the previous years of content. We've got cartographers that submit work, they submit time, admins that do some great administrations and editing and all that good stuff. Artists, Stefan Pogue submits some free art. Doug Kovacs does the cover for free every year. And we
sweetheart.
appreciate all that content so much. Yamil is going to be heading it up with me this year. And so we are bringing the Gong Farmers Almanac
Oh,
back.
nice.
You can submit anything to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's monsters, treasures, traps, little bits of stories. I mean, the Gun Farmer's Almanac, that's literally the giant head in the sky. Show us what you've got. You know what I mean? Like, we want to see all your cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Julian to submit some kind of poetry. I heard he was going to get into poetry, and I was hoping to see his entry last year, and it didn't come through.
I have an X Crawl short story I've been like festering on for a while. And I mentioned to Joseph, he's like, where would we publish it? Maybe, maybe, but
I,
not this year. I got too much going on. I ain't got. I wish I had time to sit down and write some fiction this year. I wish I did. All right. So anything else about the almanac we want to mention before we move spin on?
no, we're going to have submissions open probably until January, February, March, probably until the January, February, March, April, probably until the end of April. So we got a little bit more time this year. So you got time to write it. You got time even after that, there's another month or two, well, probably about another month where we can, play with it a little bit and get it in. But yeah, submit anything, patrons, traps, a spell, a familiar, whatever you want. We love it all.
Absolutely. All right. So next thing on our event has to our thing. I think we have to talk about Dungeon Con.
I
We
mean,
have to talk about Dungeon Con.
first ever,
I
ever,
know. I know.
ever
Ever.
person convention
Ever.
open games.
Yeah, so Goodman Games, we are hosting our first ever live convention at our warehouse in
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
This is like the first little baby step. We're
Yep.
we just crawled and we just stood up and we're taking the first little baby step to world global RPG domination.
My baby voice. Yeah, man, it's amazing. We've never done anything like this before. We're going to try it out and see how it goes. And if this goes well, this could likely become an annual event that we put together and do. It's been quite a thing. But the tickets go. The badges are going on sale this Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you're come in and sign up, but it will be both a mini convention and a warehouse sale. So you can come and buy a ticket and just come and literally shop our warehouse, and it's amazing. Like, we went over there to film the video about like kind of like the warehouse sale and talk about it, and I'm literally looking at like, oh my god, I can't believe we still have one of these. You know what I mean? Like, variant covers of stuff, things that, old swag that we had back in the day. It's like amazing, 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 amazing stuff. So, yeah, if you're a collector, if you're a fan, if you're just hunting for bargains, if you just want to come and be a part of the crowd and hang out with us, yeah, sign up. It's going to be absolutely amazing. How ready are you feeling for Dungeon Con?
I'm so
Matt?
ready. I'm so excited. I mean, I really didn't get a chance to look through all the shelves, but I glanced at a few things and I was like, oh, Oh, as I was going through the shelves, I mean, there's so much cool stuff. Like, just to be able to go through there and be like, yeah, I'll take one of those. Yeah, I'll take one of those. And just to pick and choose from everything. One, you don't have to wait for the website, right? You get it instantly right there.
Mhm.
You get checked out on site. Everybody's going to be there walking around. We
Mhm.
got some very prestigious judges there. In my
Mhm.
last update, I've been calling them the Goodman Great.
Ah,
So yourself being among them,
thank you.
Harley Stroh, Jen Brinkman is running Lankmar. Bob Brinkman is running a game that he is playtesting for publication. I mean, Doug Kovacs is going to be there running some crazy games. Matt Hildebrand. I mean,
Mhm.
there's
Matt Hildebrand, art director Matt Hildebrand,
yes.
who is
I
a
mean,
bad A gamer.
I mean, everybody knows the famous names, right? But Matt's
Yeah,
going to run a crazy undercover game that
yeah,
nobody's.
I can't. Nobody's ready for what Matt's fixing to do. And myself, I'm running like one, and I'm running one X crawl because I figure I got to run some. But then I'm also going to run one of my convention only adventures. It's one of the wildest things that I do. So,
I mean, like based on the rarity of who you're going to play with, like, I mean, arguably Brendan LaSalle is a bigger name, right? But you can get a lot of opportunities to play with Brendan.
it's not
You
hard.
can get one opportunity to play with Matt Hildebrand unless you like live in the same city.
Yeah,
So the rarity of it is pretty
mm-hmm.
exclusive.
Yeah, Chris Doyle, director of 5e. Like, imagine having the best 5e guy in like North America. I got to play 5e with Chris Doyle recently. He's fantastic. He's a phenomenal judge. So it's gonna be absolutely brilliant. We hope we'll see you all. Fort Wayne is gonna be the place to be. So get ready for that action. That's very exciting to me, man. That's very exciting to me.
It is
All
very,
right, so
and what's even more exciting is tickets are going to be going on sale this Saturday.
this Saturday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Atlanta time. So do not sleep on this. These are not going to sit around.
Set your
You know what I
alarm,
mean?
check your time zones.
Mm-hmm.
12
Double check. Absolutely. Yeah, man. So it's that's super exciting, and I can't wait to see this. So Tempest Fusion. Let's talk about Great Bait. When's your next Roadhouse show going to be?
The next Roadhouse show is going to be Friday, March 28th. Friday, March 28th. And the Great Babes Roadhouse is, just like you imagine it. Roadhouse bar. We're all sitting around shooting the crap because this is a family program. But just shooting it and talking about all kinds of stuff. This is going to be Great Papes Roadhouse Con Rep version Volume 2. So we're gonna have some totally different faces on there from the con rep scene. We're gonna ask them all kinds of cool questions, find out what their likes, dislikes are, crazy customers, craziest events. They dropped a box of books and it all opened up and everybody grabbed dice everywhere. Who knows? We're gonna find all kinds of stories, but we're just gonna be hanging out, talking, taking questions from the everyone watching, and just answering anything you guys come up with.
Yeah, so show up there. I'm not going to be on this one, but at some point I would love to be a guest on the Roadhouse, just talk about convention stuff because Lord knows.
Well, and
You
you're
know,
kind of a convention rep in your own way because you represent the company running games and stuff.
I have solo ran a booth before at a convention. It didn't go real well, but
Which
I've done it
convention was that?
at a MomoCon. I used to do it every year. No, MomoCon,
Whoa.
sorry. MEPACon, the other MCon. MEPACon, yeah. For a long time, I would have them set my table next to the booth, and I would run my game and have my booth going at the same time. It was the worst booth in Christendom. It was just stacks of books, like all, and I'd have to be like, okay, roll for. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, let me know if I can help you fill anything. And then run back. It was
If you
not
ever
ideal.
go to a convention in Texas, I always like to see how big I can build my ziggurat of DCC core books. And so if you look in the pictures for my game, convention recaps, the ziggurat of DCC RPGs gets bigger and bigger every time.
Yeah, dude. That is awesome. Cool. So yeah, so check out Grape Apes Roadhouse show, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be like the movie Roadhouse, except it's gonna have even more cakes to the face. Bam. That's
Friday,
how it's gonna
March
go.
28th. It is possible we could rip somebody's throat out.
I mean,
I mean, like, because I'm gonna, my kid's gonna come up and I'm like, the backhand with the fingers like that.
yep. Hashtag pain don't hurt.
Patrick
So,
Swayze.
Patrick, we hardly knew you. You know what I'm saying? What's your favorite Patrick Swayze movie? What have you wrote?
It's got to be Youngblood.
Oh man, really? I
Hockey
mean,
one. Yes.
oh
What do
man,
you mean? Why'd you make that face?
Point
Every
Break.
time I say that, somebody
Point Break.
Keanu Reeves, Keanu Reeves was in Youngblood too. I think he was the hockey guy, right? But yeah, Youngblood. I love that movie.
All right, you know what?
Patrick
We're
Swayze
gonna
was-
have to take this discussion offline because
Yes.
we got one last thing I want to cover before we go any further, which is the organized play update. So we kind of going over some organized play stuff for this year already. Okay, so this year our theme is going to be the Castle White Rock and the exploration of the sun. So we're gonna have 5E events taking place in Castle White Rock, DCC events taking place in Castle White Rock, and our funnel experience this year is also Castle White Rock. It's the first thing I've ever written for Castle White Rock. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I was like, you know what, Jillian, if you're still watching, I turned the Brendan dial on that whole adventure. Just like, yeah. So, and it's a funnel, so I don't mind messing with people a little bit. So it was a lot of fun to do. So, the first adventures are dropping at GaryCon. They will become that, and then shortly after GaryCon, they will become available to the public, general public, and you will be able to take those and run your own organized play events at other conventions, store games, at your home, and you'll all be a big part of this. And obviously, it's proper organized play. There's a tracking sheet for your characters. You'll write down all the things that happen to your character, all of the cool stuff, and then you can take that character on to, take your according to Crom character for DCC side. And I guess according to Gary Gygax on the other side, I guess that's the only thing, you can say, hey, sorry, I just hit myself. Moment of silence. Ernie Gygax passed. You know what? It's hit me in the feet. I've been kind of Ernie Gygax, if you don't know, passed recently. I got to meet him a couple times, and we got one night, got to hang out and drink beers, and he was just a funny guy with a ton of stories. And
I've got one story. So me and Chuck from Troll Alert Games are pretty good friends.
I
And
know
so
Chuck.
Chuck came down to stay because I'm from Wisconsin. And so my family lives in Paddock Lake, right down the road, 20, 30 minutes from Lake Geneva. And Chuck was hanging out with me. And we were driving through Lake Geneva, and we went to the game shop, and he's like, hey, you want me to call up Ernie? I was like, you got Ernie Gygax's phone number? I was like, get out of here. And he's like, I'll call him right now. I was like, do it, call him. And so he called him up, and he's like, hey, come on over. And I was like, what? I was like, we're going to a Gygax house? So we went over to Ernie's house, hung out, and I broadcasted Raw from Ernie's house.
Boom. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, a moment of silence and maybe some thoughts and prayers for his family. All right, y'all guys. At this point, I think we've said everything that we need to say. Anything else you want to hit on?
Oh, let's
Before we
see.
go?
Creator Summit, organized play. I mean, so much. The Road Crew
Mhm.
swag once every 1,000 years. Great.
Let's throw out. We talk a lot about the Gong Farmers here. It's not on the agenda, but hey, look, if you've got we have the Gong Farmers local initiative, which is where you can assign your local gaming group, you and your friends, the guys you play with on the internet, whatever it happens to be, hybrid. You give yourselves a name, you get a certificate, you get some art on there, and you become an official, play style group. And yeah, we are going to do our first ever Gong Farmer rally this year at some point. We think
now that you
maybe
said it, you said we're good.
I did have to say it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So, Dungeons and Dragons, Lorcast, oh snap! You've got an email about Digital Caverns of Thracia content. I love that.
So wherever
Anyway,
you're at, you can start up a Gong Farmers local with whoever you got.
mhm,
And at the beginning of every road crew rally, you get to punch your number out there and let us know where you're from.
absolutely. Rep them, throw them up, throw them up. So that's all I've got. But just once again, I want to say thank you so much to the Road Crew. You know, I truly believe in what we do here at Goodman Games, and the Road Crew is how we increase our tribe. I will say it, I say it all the time, I mean it every time. Goodman Games fandom, I will put up against any fandom they've got. You know what I'm saying? We have such a cool vibe. We have such a great community around Goodman Games, and the Road Crew is how we increase that. So do that. I want everybody cool to come and join us here in the Road Crew and be a part of all what we do. Love you, Julian. Love all of y'all. Thank you so much for turning up tonight, for hanging out with us, for being a part of the Road Crew, and for being a part of our rally. Anything else, Matt, before we fade out?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
Gotcha.
We'll see you
I'm
guys.
dab out.
Well, when's the next road crew rally? Let's give them something to look
The
forward to.
next Road Crew rally.
6 months
Oh
away.
man, it'll
You
be
don't have to give us an exact date, but
like 6 months. I don't know. It's sooner than that. You know what? I don't know the exact date. I don't have my notes up here, but yes, that will be coming up one soon. We'll I'll tell you what. Let's do an announcement on that soon on the website, and you know, come and hang out with us. And if you have any ideas, suggestions, things you want to see at the rally, things you don't want to see, you know what I mean? You know, kick them over to us, kick them over to me, Matt, and maybe we'll incorporate all of your cool ideas. So all right.
don't send me ideas about Julian being on the show. I've already shot that one down.
I will say this though, we just decided that we are going to do. I will pre-announce. We are once again this year. We're going to do a Saturday night at the sidebar. We're going to do one
Nice.
the coming up for my homie Helena. I call her Elena's birthday. We're going to do a thing for her somewhere in the vicinity of her birthday. We won't be doing mine on the exact day either, because I think I'm actually like on the road. I think I'm at a convention for my birthday. Which
That's like the only time you can actually see Atlanta in person. Like usually she's at an undisclosed location in the
Mhm.
mountains. Like she
Yep.
lives off the grid. But once every Saturday at the sidebar, she comes out and you can catch a glimpse of her.
Yeah.
But she has to travel like 4 hours down the mountain to the town to
She
get.
comes out of her armor Winnebago, you know what I'm saying? And like, with the camouflage net across the top of it and disguises. There's disguises. You know what I mean? So anyway, thank you all so much. But yeah, come and hang out with us for Saturday night at the sidebar too. And thank you again for being a part of all of this. Elena, take us out.
See you later, everybody.